Have you ever wondered what could drive a superstar like Janet Jackson into a whirlwind romance with a billionaire? As whispers of their tumultuous marriage emerged, questions arose. Was she being manipulated? Or was there a deeper, more calculated reason behind it? Today, we dive into the shocking truths behind Janet's relationship with Wissam Al Mana, an affair that many believe pushed her to the edge. Buckle up, because this story is packed with twists that will leave you questioning everything. The marriage's toxic roots. Janet and Wissam Al Mana's whirlwind romance began in 2010, prompting a swift engagement that caught everyone off guard. They exchanged vows in a secret ceremony in 2012, and from the outside, it seemed like a fairy tale. However, beneath the surface, cracks were already beginning to show. Their lavish lifestyle and celebrity status masked troubling dynamics. As friends and family watched closely, whispers of tension echoed behind closed doors. Those close to Janet began to voice their concerns almost immediately. Reports revealed that her loved ones were worried about Wissam's controlling nature, claiming he attempted to isolate her from her support system. Friends noted how quickly Janet shifted her focus. Her music took a backseat as she gravitated towards her husband's conservative beliefs and customs. This change left fans wondering, was Janet adapting to her new life or sacrificing her own identity? Despite her apparent happiness during their early years together, Janet began to exhibit signs of emotional strain. Sources allege that tensions escalated over time, resulting in frequent arguments. Friends have come out claiming they saw red flags long before the marriage fell apart, hinting that Janet was under immense pressure to conform. The vibrant pop icon, who once captivated audiences, began to fade, and the world was left questioning whether love had turned to obsession. Toxicity seeped into daily life, casting an ominous shadow. Reports indicated that Janet felt forced to change her career trajectory entirely, choosing family-friendly projects over the provocative music that defined her earlier career. The fun-loving spirit cast aside, leaving audiences wondering if we would ever witness the return of the bold Janet Jackson they adored. The red flags. As Janet Jackson's romance with Wissam Al Mana blossomed, an entirely different narrative unfolded behind closed doors. Friends and family began to voice their deep concerns about the relationship, offering warnings that weren't easily dismissed. Trusted confidants observed alarming changes in Janet's demeanor and lifestyle, echoing fears that she was being manipulated rather than loved. One startling revelation came from her sister Latoya, who wasn't shy about articulating her worries. Latoya felt a palpable distance growing between herself and Janet, emphasizing that her sister's decisions seemed increasingly insulated from external influence. The whispers of control played in the background like a haunting melody, stirring unrest among those who knew her best. Janet's once vibrant personality appeared to fade as she conformed to Wissam's expectations. Reports surfaced suggesting that she altered her wardrobe, swapping out her edgy, revealing outfits for more conservative attire that matched his lifestyle. Friends noticed that her confidence seemed to diminish, a stark contrast to the fearless performer who once dominated the stage. And it didn't stop at fashion. As her career took a backseat, industry insiders revealed that Janet had begun withdrawing from social circles and professional commitments, sacrificing her independence for a relationship that many questioned. This troubling shift raised eyebrows and led to unsettling discussions about what was truly at stake in her personal life. But the question loomed larger than ever: was Janet's love story turning into a cautionary tale? With each passing day, the red flags multiplied, urging those closest to her to intervene before it was too late. Friends struggled with the dilemma of protecting her without overstepping boundaries, all while feeling the urgency of her situation grow. What would it take for Janet to recognize the truth? And would she heed the warnings before the relationship spiraled further into darkness? A life altered. As Janet navigated her marriage to Wissam Al Mana, Significant transformations unfolded in her life, transformations that many found alarming. Reports began to surface indicating that Janet was gradually adjusting her lifestyle and public persona to fit what was expected of her in this new role. Friends noted that she began dressing in a more conservative manner, swapping her signature, bold styles for outfits that resembled more traditional attire. Such drastic changes sparked conversations about how deeply she was willing to alter her identity for the relationship. Janet, once known for her powerful music and fierce independence, started prioritizing family commitments over her glittering career. This shift manifested itself in an unexpected cancellation of tours and public appearances. Just days before she was set to hit the road, Janet would announce her decision to step back, all in the name of family. The question on everyone's mind was this truly her choice, or was she falling in line with the expectations of her marriage? The pressure to conform became an increasingly heavy weight. While Janet initially embraced her new role as a mother and devoted partner, whispers of dissatisfaction grew louder. It seemed as though the essence of who Janet was began to fade away in the shadows of her husband's world. Friends worried that the once vibrant superstar was losing touch with her own identity, a reality that many artists tragically face when love and ambition collide. This dramatic shift in Janet's life raises an unsettling question. How far would you go to make a relationship work? And at what cost? As we dig deeper into her story, the whispers of discontent and the undercurrents of control become impossible to ignore. What would happen next in this emotional saga? Declining career and freedom. As time went on in her marriage, there was a noticeable decline in Janet's engagement with her career. Once a powerhouse in the music industry, she began to step back from her public persona. Reports emerged revealing that Janet had canceled multiple tours, sometimes mere days before they were set to kick off. Friends revealed that her focus shifted almost entirely to her family life, leading her to prioritize domestic responsibilities over her illustrious career. This shift raised eyebrows among fans and industry insiders alike. How could the iconic Janet Jackson, the face behind numerous chart-topping hits, simply disappear from the spotlight? Some speculated that her husband's influence may have played a significant role in this decision. Friends noted that Janet began to adopt a more restrained public image, moving away from the bold looks and edgy performances that defined her in her earlier years. But what was the cost of this transition? While it seemed she was committing to motherhood, there were whispers that a part of Janet felt trapped, sacrificing not just her career, but her identity. This restraint didn't just affect Janet as an artist, it echoed in personal freedom. It appeared she was caught between her desire for family life and the burning passion she had for her artistry, a struggle that only intensified as the years passed. What was more shocking than her professional silence was that fans, and even fellow artists, voiced their concerns. Were they witnessing the fall of a music beacon, or the rise of a new chapter in Janet's life? The tension was palpable, leaving many to wonder if the vibrant star they once knew would ever reclaim her former glory. Would she break free from these restraints and rise again? Or had the constraints of her marriage cost her too much ground? And just when you thought it couldn't get any more intense, this situation took an unexpected turn. Behind the closed doors. As whispers danced around the celebrity world, the reality of Janet Jackson's life behind closed doors painted a starkly different picture. While out in public, she maintained the glamorous facade of a superstar mother. However, those closest to her reported a vastly different experience. Randy Jackson, Janet's brother, became a voice for the truth, revealing that her marriage was entangled with a web of verbal mistreatment. Allegations of controlling behavior surfaced, with Randy voicing concerns that Janet felt increasingly isolated from her family and friends. He claimed that the once vibrant pop icon was slowly transforming into a shadow of herself, stifled by a partner who exerted immense power over her choices. Friends of Janet hinted that she grappled with immense pressure to conform to her husband's expectations. This pressure reportedly led to deep insecurities, making her unsure of her identity. The stark contrast between the strong, confident performer on stage and the uncertain woman at home generated bewilderment among those who loved her. Drivers of speculation like LaToya Jackson suggested that Janet's marriage had cut her off from her roots. She was known for her fierce independence, qualities that seemed to diminish in the wake of her relationship with Wissam. As news of this complex dynamic unfolded, many began to question whether she could break free from this emotional captivity. Would she reclaim her voice and autonomy, or would the walls of her luxurious home continue to confine her? This powerful imagery of a vibrant star being subdued raised eyebrows and added fuel to the curiosity surrounding her decision to marry. But as these revelations began to emerge, viewers were left wondering, did Janet have the strength to truly escape, or was she helplessly ensnared in a relationship that threatened to suffocate her essence? Separation and aftermath. The decision to separate from Wissam Al Mana was not just a personal choice for Janet. It sent shockwaves throughout the entertainment world. Fans were left in disbelief, as the couple seemed like the picture-perfect pair on the outside. However, insider reports reveal a different story. After the separation, Janet found herself at a crossroads, facing the complex emotions of a new single motherhood while dealing with media scrutiny. The aftermath of their split raised eyebrows. Speculation grew that Janet's marriage was more transactional than romantic, with whispers suggesting she may have remained in the relationship to secure financial stability. Friends mentioned that Janet feared losing her wealth and securing the future of her child, which led to her seemingly enduring years of tension. But the true struggle lay not just in her finances, but in healing from emotional wounds. Janet reportedly sought therapy, trying to find solace from the verbal mistreatment she had endured. For many, her story became a powerful reminder of resilience. Post-separation, she started reclaiming her voice and independence, making bold moves to restart her music career. Yet, despite her efforts to move forward, the specter of her past still looms large. Janet has candidly opened up in interviews, sharing how she's redefining her identity beyond being Mrs. Al Mana. In navigating her new reality, she urges other women to stand strong against toxic relationships, showing that it's never too late to reclaim your life, no matter how complicated the journey may be. As we look back on Janet's life post-separation, it's clear that while the ending of her marriage was fraught with challenges, it has also birthed a new chapter filled with opportunity. Will we see Janet come back stronger than ever? Only time will tell, but many are rooting for her resurgence. Transition to conclusion. As the dust settles from her turbulent chapter, the question remains, what will define Janet Jackson moving forward? Will she simply be remembered for her past, or will she transform her narrative into one of empowerment and inspiration? In the aftermath of her tumultuous relationship, Janet Jackson's journey is one fraught with mystery and complexity. The very essence of her identity as an artist and individual seemed to shift under the weight of her marriage to Wissam Al Mana. But now, as she steps into a new chapter, the question lingers. Was she truly a victim of circumstance? Or did she have a hand in crafting her own narrative? Her experiences raise profound questions about love, control, and personal freedom. Many speculate whether she sacrificed too much to fit a mold that someone else created, or if this phase taught her invaluable lessons about herself. One thing's for certain, Janet's story isn't merely about heartbreak. It's a powerful reminder of the strength it takes to reclaim one's life. What's your take on Janet's journey? Does it evoke sympathy? Or do you believe she should have seen the signs? Let us know in the comments below and join the conversation about the complexities of love and self-discovery.